Yeah, I mean, I suppose some people in Gibraltar will know that I took a stand of principle on behalf of Gibraltar, but also a stand of principle on behalf of the proper rules and legislation of this house. But I was very proud to do that for the people of Gibraltar. This, of course, came to widespread attention. And it was very, very tough. It was very visceral because this was happening just as Britain was leaving. And when a country leaves and when a country's weakened in an institution as Britain was, of course it was a moment when countries decide to take advantage, if you like, of a situation. So it was a very tough. It was a very tough moment, and I was chair of what was then the biggest committee in the Parliament, the busiest committee. I was British, and I was standing up for Gibraltar, so it was very, very difficult.
You said you were actually bullied and you were removed from your position as chair, weren't you?
No, I mean, it was a matter of evidence that, it's all on record. It was very tough. Yes, it was a very bullying kind of situation. And in the end, I wasn't removed because I stood my ground. I was removed from the file, I was removed from the report, which, by the way, was the first time anyone has been forcibly removed. And before that, my position was questioned formally multiple times here in the Parliament. And this was a very unusual situation for a senior person in the Parliament. So I survived as chair to the end. But of course, at any given time, I would have been removed. But I was removed from the file, and this was by a vote in the committee because I refused to stand down. So it was by majority of a vote. It was a very tough situation. That may not sound a lot to some people, but this was an unprecedented thing in the European Parliament in its history that this had happened.
Well, there are no more British MEPs such as yourself to keep an eye out at these documentations. And, do you foresee more situations now and over the next year where Spain will try to use its influence to get whatever concessions it can out of the UK over Gibraltar?
Yeah, I mean, as chair of the Justice and Home Affairs Committee, as a British MEP, we have a duty to look after Gibraltar and the people of Gibraltar. So I've always done that, by the way. But for me, I think every British MEP should see it as part of Britain. Therefore, we have an obvious duty to do that. So, especially in my area, because I was doing Justice and Home Affairs, so I'm looking at the whole, if you like, the whole sovereignty, the being of Gibraltar, why Gibraltar exists. It really exists in my committee, all the attacks on it. Of course, there are other issues, strategic issues for Gibraltar, its economy and so on. But, if it doesn't exist politically, then none of that would matter. So I was always looking out for it, and I still do today. This experience has really brought me into contact with understanding everything about Gibraltar, appreciating it, and of course appreciating a lot of the people from Gibraltar who have been in touch, who during this period were very supportive. So it was a very good experience, and one I will definitely not forget.